Good morning and welcome back to Miniature Monday here on Gaming with ADHD, where today we're continuing our look at the HexTech 6mm battlefield terrain from Gale Force 9 and Thunderhead Studios. Now, I wasn't originally going to cover these and pick these up, but when I found them on a recent trip on the clearance table, which was kind of odd because they're relatively new and I know other stores are still carrying them. I decided that I was going to pick it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the buildings that you get out of this package, take a look at the quality, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Now, before we get started, though, do make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I try to do a few videos each week, whether they're pre-recorded or live streams, or maybe even combining with some of my friends from YouTube. And I'd love for you to come along and see what we have to share. So, with that said, let's take a look. All right, so this package does come with two buildings. You're going to get one gray and one kind of a sand, beige, brown. Basically, it's the same colors, just kind of swapped where they are. But let's take a look at the gray one first. Now, first thing I will point out, the bottom of the building does have some velvet on it. So basically you can put it on your kitchen table and not really have to worry about damaging anything. Otherwise, the rest of the material is actually really nice. They give it a little bit of a dry brush so you can see some of the texture. There's nice details on the top, like we've got a little access stairway right here. We've got some AC units, other rooftop accessories, and then as you can see, everything is painted. We're dealing with looks like essentially just three colors, so they are keeping it simple. Unfortunately, like there is a little bit of sloppiness in points. Let's see if I can zoom this in a little bit more. So, some of these you're going to notice the Malaysian person, child, adult, I don't know, maybe was not the most careful. I've got some lack of paint being applied in those sections. They're not, it ends up being a little disappointing. We've also got some issues where the paint is a little bit thin across the top. So when you're looking at it closely, it's a bit frustrating because these normally retail for $35. Obviously, I got them off the clearance table. So at $35 for two pieces, you're looking at almost $20 a piece. It's not the greatest price, especially. Again, you can see some of the thin paint, some of the slop around the sides. It wouldn't take a lot to, either repaint or clean these up, but it's a lot of extra work and you already paid for the painting. Now, it's not going to look horrible on a table. When you have it set there, and it's like right now this is at about arm's length, as you can see, you don't see a lot of those little details. I mean, I see quite a few of them because of the lighting that I've got on it, but overall it's not going to be a big tragedy. It's just something that you are going to have to be aware of. The paint job is probably about as equivalent as you would expect from, say, like your Christmas Village set that you picked up at I don't know, the home store or something. It's not great, it's not amazing, but it's perfectly serviceable, it's perfectly passable. I do like the fact that you get two of the buildings in the box, and that they are, a nice. It's a nice design. Like the actual mold itself, these I haven't seen any issues. Like there's a little bit of a seam right here. That's the first one that I've seen, and I don't see it on the gray building. So there's a few casting issues from time to time, but overall nothing really on these that I'm too worried about. But your mileage may vary. Resin casting, you're going to get about 6 to 10 copies of something out before the mold goes bad. So who knows, what exactly the quality is, but it's not going to be too bad. Now, they do all come with bases. With like the other buildings, it is kind of a stiff, rubbery material. It will flex, but don't flex it too much. You will break it. It has a slot for the building to set into. There are some gaps in the slot. I'm not sure if that's because the resin has a tendency to shrink when it cures, but overall it's not. This one is not too bad. The first one that I looked at, there were some massive gaps that were very disappointing to see, but not too bad. So this particular building, we are looking at just over 4 inches in height, and with our mech that is about 2 inches in height, basically you're getting about 5 levels worth of terrain. So it's a rather tall building. I honestly don't know what else to say about it. It's a building. It's a triangle. Overall, again, the thin paint is frustrating. The sloppy application can be frustrating. But especially if you're going to find these on sale. Amazon has them a little bit cheaper. Maybe your store didn't sell them as well as they wanted to, so they're having issues and getting rid of it. It all depends. If you can find a deal on them, I would absolutely recommend that you take it. I plan on printing extras of these. I do have the 3D files, but again, to have at least some that were produced and pre-painted, it's nice. And Gale Force 9, this is about the quality that you're normally going to see from their Battlefield in a box terrain. So this is absolutely normal. But maybe it just shows up a little more obviously on 6mm terrain as opposed to 28mm. So with that said, I'm happy that I have them. Your mileage, like I said, may vary. Definitely, look into it, consider your budget, and if you have access to a 3D printer, it might be better to go ahead and pay the let's see, where was that? Oh, there it is. It's $5 to purchase the 3D printer file, and then you can print off as many as you would like. So that is always an option. But with that said, there are going to be links down below. Link to DriveThruRPG, where you can purchase your Battletech PDFs, but also to Amazon, where you can purchase these buildings if you so choose. They are affiliate links. It does help the channel. Not required, but always appreciated. So with that said, if you appreciated the video, please do give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.